But when money becomes your God, when you don't have money but money has you, well, that's the problem. And again, just like the Sabbath, God built this rhythm in that I think our culture has rejected because we think God just wants our time and he also wants our money and all this kind of stuff like that. And the step is this. It's to sacrifice. Next one. See, we would talk about tithing 10% and giving that back. And again, if you think I want your money, give it to some other church. I don't care. Give it to a church. Don't give it to your pet project. We're called to give it to a church. That's what I hear all the time. Nick, I've got this thing that I support. No. That is you wanting to be in control of your kingdom and build your kingdom, not trust God's kingdom. Okay? But again, if you think it's me, I'm being like, give it somewhere else. I don't care. But the kicker is this. It reminds us who is our provider. Because I will tell you, here's the tension. Again, it doesn't matter where you're at, but there's two different arguments. See, if you don't have a lot of money, 10% is a whole lot of money. And it reminds you who your provider is. Because you think, Nick, you want me to give money? I have an income problem already. If I give 10%, I have a bigger income problem. No, you don't have an income problem. You have an outcome problem. Because there's an outcome that you want, and you're terrified, and I totally get it. If I give that, well, then I won't be able to get that. And it reminds us who our provider is. But if you have a lot of money, 10% is a lot of money. And it's like, are you kidding me? I could buy a boat with that. And that's my kid's college tuition. And I could do that. Oh. You don't have an income problem. You have an outcome problem. And there's this rhythm that God gave us, much like the Sabbath, which is sacrifice, that he says, no, I've given you this. Why? To remind you. So that you don't get too invested. What you have is a gift. God's blessed you. God's blessed you with either a little or a lot. Either one of them is a blessing to grow you, to be more like him.